Hello everybody, welcome back. So I thought it was going to be a bit of a green weekend. It turns out to not be at all. So you can't be right every single time. So we've moved down into the 21 exponential moving average, Bollinger Band Center, basically based on exponentials, and we're having a bit of a bounce on it at the moment. Nothing special, I have to say. It's nothing special, but let's just reflect on the fact that we're outside of the consolidation trend line. We're above the 21, if not the 20 at the moment, and so really we want to see some kind of reaction, sooner rather than later. The next move down, if it were to happen, and based on the 4 hour, it kind of looks like it is happening. The next move down would be this golden cross retest, which would be between 66,700 and 66,000. These moving averages are 4 hourlies, so they're going to trend up with every 4 hours. So this time tomorrow, they should both be above the trend line itself. We don't have any bullish divergence on the 4 hourly RSI. We do have on the money flow index, so that might be enough to help carry it. And on a very short term time frame, being the 1 hourly, you've got death crosses forming on the 1 hourly, which might invite a dead cat bounce into that around 69,600, and we'll see if we can, pierce that area. But again, even with this 1 hourly, no bullish divergence on this one, not even on the money flow index. Take it over to the weekly then. You don't need to spend all day looking at this chart, really. It's much the same as it always is, really. The weekly has a very nasty rejection here. Shooting star, I would call it. So the wick is the majority of this week's candle. So, yeah, you know what they say, wicks tell a story, don't they? Wicks tell a story for continuation. 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 So based on the weekly, if it does get much worse, 62,400 based on the weekly seems appropriate. Although, that would cancel out the trend signal on this weekly. And the daily, if we were to get the full whack of this Chiku span, we can come down to 62,000 and still be appropriately bullish because we haven't cancelled out the trend signal. So there is no real momentum. There is only weak supports, really. I mean, they're supports all the same. So odds are in favour of support while above support. So that's the whole point of it, really. But without any of that sort of beautiful divergence in play, let's not get our hopes up. But, just like we said yesterday, if we did come down any further, it would be down into the 68s. We're down in the 68s now. I've took a position. Hopefully it'll play. If it doesn't, no big deal. Next week's the crazy one. We've got those elections kicking off. So who knows what's going to happen, really. I think markets are quite happy to be on the sidelines waiting and watching to see how all of that's going to play out. And then once the volatility has subsided, allocations into a variety of different stocks, commodities, crypto can be a bit more of a, like I say, a strategic allocation into certain areas depending on which government are going to be taking the reins in the future. So that is basically the deal. There's not much more to say about it than that. This video is a continuation from yesterday, apart from the fact that this is not a green weekend as I thought it would be. It's a red weekend. But even if it is red, it's not that bad. It would get worse if we close the day below this wick. So just below 68,000. If we close the daily below there, you probably have immediate continuation into Monday, taking us down to 66, and then possibly into the 62s, really. Right, that will be that. But right this very moment in time, I have every reason to believe that this support is real and a new all-time high can be generated. I know that sounds crazy because I've been talking about how weak and pathetic it looks, but odds are in favour of a bounce from here anyway. It's from a trading perspective, if I was just to say it's going to bounce from here, there is no alternative. That's a crazy thing to say. You'll never make money like that. You've got to think, all right, if it doesn't bounce from here, what is next? What will be my next plan? There's no point in going, I'll tell you what, if it breaks down, I'll formulate a plan later. No, you've got to imagine what it would be like if it did break down. And my expectation is that it will bounce from here, but if it did break down, what would be next? You have to think like that. It's not that I'm going, oh, he's backing both sides. Of course I'm backing both sides. I have to generate income, don't I? Otherwise I can't pay the bills. It has to be done for me. It's not about hope or bias. It's a matter of life and death, baby. You got to make the money or you starve out here. So I mean that is the deal. So yeah, like I say, 65% more likely to bounce. It's not the greatest odds, but it's favourable odds for a bounce. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.